Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. The T on NPD and relationships. Hello everyone, to all of my new subscribers and new family members. Hello, hi, welcome. And to my tribe and family at large, listen y'all, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and of course watching another video. Fam, you know I'm always plugging our weekly live stream. I'd love to see your profile in the place. Yes indeed I would. Listen, we are in the Compromise. Are you spiritually compromised series? Listen, you have what we call God-given protection, but are you compromising your protection? And we're talking about all of the different things that actually compromises your protection and put you in the danger zone for the enemy to come and work in your life. I promise you, you don't want to miss this series. Join us on this week when we go live. If you're on the YouTube or the Facebook platforms, please turn your notification bells on so you will know when we actually go live on the channel. Last week we went live on the channel on Thursday, so I'm trying to get back to my Thursday night, y'all. So building that Thursday night back up because we really need that information, okay? So turn your notification bells on so you know when we drop a video, when we go live. Y'all know I'm about to ask y'all, can y'all help your sister out? Y'all hit that like button, hit that like button. If you rocks with your girl, y'all, if you rocks with your girl, hit that like button for me, all right? All right, the goal of the day is 2.1K plus. On the likes, if you rocks with your girl, y'all hit that like button for me, please. And thank you. And y'all, listen, I also want y'all, before you leave this channel, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, please. And if you like what you hear and what you see, all right? And please also smash that like button, of course, and pick up your copy of Seduced by Satan today. Yes, indeed. This is a book based on a true story, co-authored by yours truly. I'm doing the commentary on the chapters. Listen, you will thank me later. It is a jaw dropper, a pearl clincher, a showstopper. Listen, you don't want to miss it. Pick up your copy. Recommend it to your book club. Buy a copy for yourself and somebody else, all right? All right, y'all. Let's jump into the topic of this video. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about, okay, what happens when your discard or the discard gives the narcissist a narcissistic injury. Okay, so listen, I want to break this down because some people are under the impression, and I've seen it in the comments, and also I've gotten a few emails about, you know, is the narcissist ever going to come back? You know, are they ever, am I in the clear? You know, if, are they going to try to call me again? You know, if so, when should I look for them to try to resurface or what have you? Okay. So let me tell you how it works. All right. Not every discard injures the narcissist. Right? And when we're talking about causing a narcissistic injury, we're actually talking about you're doing some damage. You're actually doing a blow to their ego. Okay, this actually hurts their pride. It does a number of things to them, and they can react in one or two ways. But most of the time, I mean, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give you the scenarios and let you know if your discard actually falls in that category. Narcissists they're not injured by every supply that they discard because every supply is just not that important to them. Okay. Every supply is not going to get that type of energy that would actually take them down or put them in a space where they're now going to have to work back, or they're going to have to lay down for a second because this thing took them down. You know what I'm saying? And usually, so I'm gonna just draw the picture for you, okay? So what happens? What happens when your discard gives them a narcissistic injury? Okay, so if you are a person that they parentified, okay, if you have longevity with the narcissist, I'm just giving you the characteristics. If you are a person that they have gone back and forth with, okay, so when I say back and forth, I mean if you are a person that they have returned to at least 2 to 3 times, okay, and you all have had stints of at least 6 to 8 months or longer each time they return, you're probably going to be one of those main supplies. So either you're going to be in the first position or what we call the secondary position. If you are that person, or you were perhaps married to the narcissist and for an extended period of time, you know, at least maybe 2-3 years or longer. Okay. Now, those are kind of like the characteristics. But here's the thing. What matters to a narcissist also, if it's going to give them a narcissistic injury, is, listen, that's not just the characteristics is not enough. What matters to them as well is, how did you feel about them when the discard happened? If they did the discard, and because if they did the discard and they was playing around with it and you just let them go ahead on, usually those right there, and y'all force them into the discard, those are not the discards that are going to injure them. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the ones that injure them, and I'm gonna tell you what they do. When they discard you or you force them into it, that's usually not a narcissistic injury. What they'll do is they will retreat. They'll try to figure out how to manipulate you in a more subtle way, and they'll come back. Okay. Now, the only reason it's not going to injure them right there is because they did it. Okay. You made them basically do it. So that type of discard right there, they're probably not, they're gonna just lay low for a minute, because you got on their nerves. You got to asking them a whole bunch of questions. These birds don't like to be questioned, and they don't like to be fact checked either. So you made them discard you. Okay. Now, I will tell you, there is a way that the person that forced the discard can injure them. And I'm gonna just say, the way that you can injure them is when you force them to discard, and then they try to come back and hoover you, and you say like, nah, bruh, or nah, sis, I'm good. Nah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and stay on over there. You stay on over there and do what you're doing, because I won't be letting you come back up over here. Okay? You won't be disrupting anything else over here. Okay? Now, at that point, yeah, you done hit them in their ego. Why? Because you rejected them. They didn't reject you. Okay? Now, the one that's gonna give them the biggest narcissistic injury is this. Whenever you find out, okay, what you're dealing with, you basically go and you question the narcissist. You let them know, hey, I think something is wrong here. I think you've been lying to me. I got some facts here. And I just can't believe you have done all of these different things. And like, I've asked you questions, you just like, you running it down. And you basically telling them, how could I ever look at you, or how could I ever see you the same? This is over. I'm never coming back, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now, first of all, the narcissist is going to try to stop you right there. They're going to give you, y'all can drop your comment below. I'm sure y'all going to tell me how it went. They're going to try to stop you. No, it's not like that. I didn't do that. Where'd you get all of this information? They're going to gaslight, and they're going to lie. I love you. I this, I that. I can't believe you doing this to us. And we got kids, and we married. We do. All of that. These backwards walking giraffes, they got a whole lot of words then, ain't it? Yeah. But then you just going on, you let them know, I'm so disappointed. Ooh, when you say that word. Disappointed. Narcissists don't like that word. Because you know what? When you say you disappointed, that means that what it does is it brings on that feeling of shame. Okay? And that right there just hits them. Boom! I don't know of a word that hits them harder than when you say that you are disappointed in them, and then they're going to get angry. And then when you just keep on going like, no, and you just stay right there and you stand in your power. No, I'm not going to let you tell me anything else. No, I know what this is. I'm aware of what you said and what you did. Okay. At that point, and you're going to go ahead and discard them. That right there is a tremendous narcissistic injury for a few reasons. One, you didn't allow them to stop you in the discard and manipulate you and make you back up and acquiesce on what you were doing. Okay, that's number one. So that just let them know that their manipulation is no longer working. Two, they've lost control. They've lost control, and they know that because the manipulation is not working. That control that they once had over your emotions is gone, and they see that. Okay, three, another reason this is going to bring them a huge narcissistic injury is that you are initiating it. The narcissist don't mind being discarded, or doesn't mind the discard, because they know at some point that's going to happen, but they want to do it to you. Baby, when you do that thing to them first, and you fact check them, you basically let them know that you disappointed about all of the stuff that you found out about them. You would never see them the same. You use that word disappointed. Baby, let me tell you something. That's just like they want to fold up in a knot. Yeah, they do. Yeah. And y'all, I know y'all gonna drop a comment below and tell me about what happened when this happened, because you have to understand something about a narcissist. Every discard, because they do it so often and to so many people, every discard is not going to hit them the same. But if you were that person that they parentified and all of what I just explained, that right there, you done hit them with a narcissistic injury real tough and real smooth. Okay. And that right there is not going to sit well with them. And so also now when you do and then when that happens and you actually discard them, you tell them how you feel about the whole situation, and you don't want anything else to do with them. They don't know what to do with that. They really don't. They don't know how to come back from that, because basically all the lies that they've been telling you or what they've told you is no longer working. And now they have lost control of you. So this is what you're going to see. When that happens right there, usually a narcissist is going to lay low. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why they're going to lay low. They're going to lay low for a while because you have hit them in a place where they'd have no comeback for that. So that shame has been activated in them. And when shame is activated, it's their kryptonite. Shame, they run from shame. Okay. So they're not going to call you back right away. Okay. They're not going to, it's too much of a risk. You just like blew them, like, for real. I mean, that ego is suffering right now. Okay. So what you're going to typically see in a situation like this, what happens to them is that they're going to go into retreat. You probably won't see them for a while, depending on how bad it was and how much information and whatever you called them out on. Sometimes they go back to nasty little bad habits, let me not say that, okay? Rugs, y'all know what I'm talking about. They go back to nasty other little habits, that smoking and different things that they may have done in the past. Yeah, but you probably not going to see them on social media. If you do happen to get a sighting of them, if they were taking care of their bodies, they probably not doing that anymore. If they were a nice, healthy size when you saw them, their britches is probably clapping in the back, because they probably not eating. Because this type of narcissistic injury really does a number. It's a blow to their ego. Okay, so this is what happens when your discard actually gives them a narcissistic injury. Not all discards will, because not all discards are created equal. Okay, not all supply are equal in the narcissist's eyes. So yeah, I mean, and eventually, are they going to come back and say something? Probably. But it's usually when this happens right here, it's usually because they have gone through another person and they're heat checking through another individual. A lot of times when you have discarded the narcissist like this, they're too hurt, they're too ashamed, and the narcissist is going to think about it like, why would I come back to a person that don't believe? Because the narcissist told me that. Why would I come back to a person that believes those horrible things about me? And it's not about what you believe, it's about what is facts. You know, what are the facts that you discovered? So that's how they are. You know, so yeah. Every discard is not created equal in their eyes, but that's how you definitely know that you done hit them. They going into hiding. You're not going to see that narcissist. You ain't going to be out there, like they said, we outside. No, the narcissist ain't going to be outside. You know, they will, if they've done the discard and they want to run out with the new supply and do all of that stuff. Do they still have a new supply in this situation? Probably. But that new supply is getting the very worst of them if it was done in this way. Okay, so y'all just look, that new supply going through it if you gave it to the narcissist like this here. All right, so family, listen, these backwards walking giraffes is crazy, and I wish everybody had the power and the strength to discard them when they found out who they were, because I'm gonna tell you something, if you let them do it, they're gonna play a game with you for the rest of your life if you allow them to. All right. So family, listen, y'all take really good care of yourselves. All right. I love y'all. And I will see you all on the next video. And I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.